Hello, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Brittany DeFilly. I'm the Educational and Outreach Coordinator here at Verteks. Today, we have Steve Hall, and he's going to be showing you some of the changes in the 19.3 Connect client update. He's going to review the Connect client and show you some of the features that have changed since the update. With that, we're going to go ahead and give it over to Steve. Steve, it's all yours.
Hey, thank you, Brittany. So I'm going to go ahead and take down my slideshow, and I'm going to pull up the new client. So give me just a minute here. All right, so this is the newest Mitel Connect client, version 19.3 is the version that this comes out with. You'll notice the first thing you can tell right away that it's a little bit different because they've changed the color scheme. Instead of the kind of off-white white background, they've gone to a blue background here. So that's the first clue that we're on the new version. They have updated quite a few things in the back end and the look and feel of a few of the features. Most of it is the same, so I'm just going to point out the differences. First of all, you're going to notice here that we have this new menu here, the 3 buttons here. This is how we're going to get to most of our settings. And instead of it opening up in another window, it stays within the Connect menu now. So it's, I think that's an improvement here. So we've got our options here where we can change our availability state in a meeting, out of office, all of those things. We can edit the text of those states if we want to with the little edit pencil icon over to the right. That's about the same. One major difference is selecting your soft phone or external assignment number. So before you would click on your name over here, but that doesn't actually pull up the menu. We have to click on this 3-dot menu, and we have the option here to select soft phone. Let me back up a step, and you'll notice there's an icon down here at the bottom now instead of at the top where it was before, that shows I'm currently assigned to my desk phone. If I select soft phone, we'll see that change to the soft phone icon, or I can hover to have it tell me that we're in soft phone right now, or external number. And again, that icon's going to change. Icon changes to the little arrow pointing out, and then I can hover here for it to tell me that I'm assigned to my external number. One thing that's a little bit different is they used to give you the options for soft phone and external number to change what your audio input device was for soft phone, like your headset or speakers and microphone. And then you could also change your external number from the same screen where you changed your assignment. Now we do have to go a level deeper to settings. So when I click on settings, we get the same options that we had before that would pop open in a new window, but again, it's all contained within this same program now. And we can take a look here at our primary assignment, and we can take a look at right here, we're assigned to my external number. And here is where we can choose if we have multiple external numbers set up. We can add a new number if we want to, or we can edit the existing number, change the number of rings that it's going to ring that external number. Yes, we're going to keep that number. I'm not going to make any changes there. Same thing for soft phone. Now that we're in the settings under primary assignment, we can choose what audio device we want to use for our microphone and for our speakers if we're using soft phone and using our computers as our phone instead of course, our desk phone. So that's one of the first changes that we'll notice if you are using soft phone or external number. To get to it's a little bit different, and to change the settings, we have to go one level deeper into settings. One of the other notable differences here is in this update, actually let me close that. In this update, they've built this on the Chromium open source software from Google. In the latest version, due to some constraints in the way it kind of reaches out to other programs, they have deprecated one of the features that some people may be using, known as the voicemail Outlook voicemail integration. For those of you who are familiar with voicemail integration in the Mitel system, there are 2 ways to get your voicemails to pop up in your email client. One is the Outlook or voicemail to Outlook integration. And that is an integration that happens right on your desktop between the Mitel Connect client and the Outlook email client. and it gave you that little tape cassette icon in your email, and you could click on the message and play it, and it would play. It looked like it was playing inside your Outlook, but it was actually using the Connect client to play it. The other of the two options to get to voicemails to your email was to actually send an email with a WAV file attachment. So the Outlook integration, that feature has been deprecated. So now the only way to really get voicemails to show up in your email is to use the actual email notification, which generates an email, sends the email to your mailbox with that WAV file attachment if you choose to do that. Which that one's nice because it does give you, again, that attachment that you can play if you're checking your email on your smartphone or webmail from home or something like that. You can still play that attachment, where previously, if you were using the Outlook plugin integration, you weren't able to play that if you weren't at your desk using your full Outlook client. So that's one of the major changes, where they've actually, a feature that we used to have, we don't have any longer. If you're in the new Mitel Connect client and you want to turn on the voicemail notification so that it does generate the email, again, we come over here to the three dots. We go to our settings and we go to our notifications. And under notifications, we have the option right here to send an email about incoming voicemail to the email address we have on our account here. And then we can choose to attach the WAV file. And if we want, we can mark that message as heard, and that means, you know, the light on your phone doesn't flash anymore, and show it as a new message once it's fired off that email to you. But that's where we turn that on, and there is no more under Outlook. There is no show my voicemail messages in my Outlook client. Again, coming down through the options here, most things are the same. The contacts looks a little different, but it all functions the same. You have your favorites, and you have your, if you've broken it out into groups, you know, all this information comes forward. The groups that you had will, you know, migrate to the new version. None of that changes, but the layout's a little bit different. We still have the different options here for doing the compact view or the list view, very similar to what we had before, just kind of an updated look and feel. Again, the new version, a couple of things. Of course, there's some behind the scenes, you know, security and performance enhancements. It's now compatible with Windows 11 and the latest version of macOS 12 Monterey, I think it is. So that's another reason for the update. If you're running the newer OS, you're going to want to get the latest version installed there. And then the last thing that they moved a little bit is also the conference information. So before you could click on your name, now you're going to go to the settings and click on My Conference to get the information about your conference bridge, either your built-in reservation list bridge or any conference bridges that you have created under your account. That's where you're going to find those, is again under Settings and under My Conference. And I believe that's all the changes that I've seen on the new client. And again, you guys will see that probably with the next update that comes to your system. You'll have the option of deploying the newer client. If anybody has any questions, we'll hang on here for a few minutes, and or if you have any issues that need further attention, of course, you can reach out to us at the end of this webinar, and we can help you out one-on-one as well.